देखिए लेटेस्ट एपिसोड्स बिल्कुल एड फ्री।
What's in a glass of wine? A little spirit, some joy, some moments of silence, or a burst of laughter? Endless stories for the night, or is it a tonic of sheer delight? Nasik is a beautiful town surrounded by 9 hills with a mesmerizing panorama and a pleasant climate. It is popularly known as the wine and the grape capital of India.
Well, my first Luxe experience in Nasik was Sula. If you come to Nasik, you cannot miss coming to Sula. Sula is one of the biggest wine estates in the country. And I'm very, very happy that I did because this is my first time here. They've got a very, very beautiful property. Well, when I stepped out of my car, I saw this lovely vineyard that was just breathtaking and it was extremely inviting. So I got out, I hopped into my buggy.
There was this really beautiful hermitage suite, which I was really looking forward to seeing what it looks from the inside. In general, I've realized I love the way their suites look. Just the yellows, the arches, the black paint in the windows.
They've got this lovely greenery all around the arches. It's just so warm and welcoming. Almost makes you feel like you're not in Nasik at that moment.
And I love the Tuscan architecture. I love everything about the suites that they do. There's something really summery, something very fresh about these suites. And to my surprise and a lovely contrast, it's got this entire Tuscan interiors going on with lovely colors of taupe, of grey, and they've got this burst of maroon.
Most importantly, it was like a really nice big space. I love the way they segregated. There was a very nice living room with this very, very cool bar, very nice teapots and the cutlery, beautiful wine glasses. They had a very beautiful 4-poster bed, which I think just looks royal in itself. They had a very, very fine bathroom with gold accents, a lot like the way I like things. And then it opens into this patio, which is where you get to see the entire property of Sula, which is beautiful.
Well, I think the entire atmosphere in the suite was very, very rich and extremely welcoming.
My most favorite place in Sula has to be
my suite.
Hi, Karan. Good morning. Nice to meet you.
Very nice to meet you.
So I'm Karan Vasani. I'm the chief winemaker here.
Yes, what a lovely
share
name.
our first name. So welcome to Sula.
Thank you.
I hear you've had a little bit of a tour of the place already.
I did actually. I've actually looked around the place. What a lovely location. Beautiful villas. Well, it was quite cool to meet Karan. He's also a Bombay kid, just like me. And it's really nice to kind of hear his story as to how he got into wine, from where he studied and to where he's reached today.
We are one of the most visited vineyards in the world. We get about 3-4 lakh people a year.
Oh, wow.
And we're proudly made in India. And where 15 years ago would you go? You'd have to go to Europe to get an experience like this. Now you come to Nasik.
Well, looking forward. Let's start.
Yes, so I think the first thing we've got lined up is a walkthrough of our cellar and barrel room.
Okay.
Where we'll show you how the wine is made and then we can take it from there.
So while that does sound tempting, but I still am not done exploring this place. So you carry on. I'm going to catch you in a bit.
Brilliant. Look forward to it. See you soon.
I think it's nice that, at Sula, they give you bicycles to explore the place. It's huge, so it's difficult to do it by foot. But doing it by cycle is just a lot of fun. I wish I had a co-companion to do it with. Coming here on a date would be absolutely amazing. They have a very beautiful gazebo in the middle of the vineyard, which was very inviting, so that's where I threw my bike. And and I thought, let me just go inside, take the entire place in. All right.
So welcome to our cellar.
Thank you very much. This does not look like wine bottles.
No, we'll come to that. This is where the magic happens.
Okay.
This is where we convert the grapes into the wine, the product that we all know and love. The basic process of winemaking is very simple. Winemaking is an old science, right? People have been making wine since before Jesus Christ.
So Karan was kind enough to take me through the entire property. They've got this entire distillation and process where they do everything to do with wine.
We take the sugar of the grapes, and that sugar of the grapes is converted to alcohol by the addition of the yeast.
Okay.
So the yeast converts the sugar to the alcohol, and you go from having grape juice to the beautiful wine that we all love.
Nice.
So white wine can actually be made from any kind of grape.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So the longer you leave the skin with the juice, you get a darker rosé. You leave it barely an hour or two, you get a very light rosé.
Oh, interesting.
Our harvest happens January, February, March. And the 2022s of the year, or so that year's wines, would be ready for release maybe by June. So it's just 2-3 months after the wine is fermented, it's ready to go.
So when they say like you've got the years written on a bottle of wine.
Yeah. So that year is the year the grapes were harvested, not the year the wine was bottled.
Okay. So when they've taken off the vineyard, that year is the year you mark.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Every wine has an ideal drinking window.
Okay.
And 95-96% of the wines made in the world are made to be drunk within 2 or 3 years.
So what's up next? What are we looking for?
So we will head to our barrel room.
Okay.
And we can talk a little bit more about the role oak barrels play in the winemaking process.
Let's do it.
So we head that way.
All right. So is this where something else happens?
This is where the magic of barrel aging happens.
So how do you open sesame?
So you just press the top, the up arrow there, yep.
All right.
And there we go.
Okay.
So welcome to our barrel room. This is where the magic happens for our high-end wines, both white and red. It is some of the top wines that spend time in oak, and typically wines would spend anywhere between 6 months if it's a white and maybe about 18 months if it's a red.
Oh, lovely.
In that sort of time period, and then it goes for bottling.
And where do you get your oak barrels from?
So these are all imported. We import all our oak from France, and the wood itself can be either from the forests of France or from the forests of Missouri in the US.
Okay.
So all the flavor in wine is from the grape, or it can be from the oak.
But actually, when I walk in, I can immediately relate to the kind of wines that I drink because it smells like it's the first smell.
Yep.
When you open a bottle of red, especially.
Yes.
There's this fragrance that just comes
Yes,
out.
very inviting,
Correct.
creamy,
It smells a lot like
rich.
this room.
Yeah.
There is a reason why finer wines are aged in oak barrels. And that's the kind of wines that I also personally like.
Oak has a couple of roles in wine. One, it softens the wine, so especially red wines, in their youth, they can be quite tannic, unapproachable. They'll be very harsh, let's say. And over a period of time in barrel, they become nice and smooth.
Okay.
We would typically use a barrel for about 7 or 8 years. And when the barrel is new, that's when it's going to impart the maximum amount of flavor.
Got it. Why is Nasik a region very famous for
Brilliant question.
vineyards?
Nasik, since independence time, has been the hub for growing table grapes.
Okay.
Nasik and grape cultivation have a long history. And then when Sula started, when our founder, Rajiv Samant, was looking at where to establish, this was a natural choice because A, it had a grape growing history, plus the piece of land where we are standing was ancestral family land as well. So everything came together. And why is Nasik ideal for grape growing? Is because we are at a little bit of an elevation, and we have a huge, in the growing season, a good day-night temperature difference.
Nice. Where to next?
So I think now we go to the main part, which is the tasting. So we go taste some wine.
Yes, please. Hey,
Hi, Karan.
Hi.
Welcome to our tasting room. My name is Amrit.
Thank you.
I hope you had a good tour of the winery.
I did, in fact. I'm really looking forward to what we're doing here.
And now that you know how this beautiful beverage called wine is made, different types, I have with me, specially selected for you, are these premium wines from Sula, the most elite category. We have a beautiful sparkling wine here, which is our Tropical, our Chardonnay, Chenin Blanc. We have a rosé, red, and a dessert wine. I'll also tell you how to taste it.
Yes. I'm a self-taught wine connoisseur, but I'm really happy that I'm here today at Sula because I really want to get my facts. I want to make sure that they're right.
So a beautiful way to start the session is with this beautiful, refreshing, sparkling wine. Called Brut Tropical. This wine is predominantly made out of a grape known as Chenin Blanc, which is a green grape. And this beautiful color that you look at it comes from Shiraz, which is a black colored grape. Whenever we do a wine tasting, we give it a systematic approach so as to understand the wine better. So first is you see tiny bubbles that are floating in your glass. It tells you it's a sparkling wine. Ideally, you're not supposed to swirl it a lot, otherwise you lose the gas out. Just 1 or 2 gentle swirls.
I think the first whiff that I get is of a banana caramel sundae.
Absolutely. Now that you know what your palate is looking for.
Should we sip it?
Yes.
Well, consider this is our first. Cheers.
Cheers.
It smells a lot like banana caramel, but it tastes a lot like guava.
So a lot of people would have a misconception, I would say, that older wines are always better.
Correct.
That's not in case of these wines, basically, which we are tasting today. If you age this wine unnecessarily for 2 years down the line, if you taste it, the aromas and the freshness will be gone, and you probably end up not enjoying the wine.
Flavor, food, smell is something that is, is so subjective that I think people just get an idea of it when you give them a little bit of an explanation. I really enjoyed reconfirming a few things. I had a whole lot of doubts about, picking my wines.
When you slurp your wines will actually taste better. It will open up in your mouth. So we being professionals, we always do this. Maybe
I just feel like you end up taking too much air in and you're constantly burping.
Right.
All right, what's next?
What we will be tasting now is our Rasa Syrah.
Okay.
This is named after our CEO, Mr. Rajiv Samant.
Oh.
We took the initials of him to make a brand. And the grape is Syrah. Syrah is also popularly known as Shiraz. The wine has been aged in the barrels for about...
ruby red, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much concentrated.
I've always enjoyed sipping my wine and going like...
Yeah.
All right, what's next?
Okay, we are trying a Zinfandel.
This is really nice and light, yeah?
Yes. So Zinfandel that I've just served you makes some really light, easy drinking, fruit-forward wines. All these wines were served to you at a very fresh stage.
Okay, tell me something. I want to cut you. What's the idea of the food? This is to break the flavor so you can enjoy a different kind of wine?
So I'll suggest you take a bite of the cracker.
Okay. All right. So that's the Zinfandel.
Aged for about 5 months in the barrel. When you smell this wine, it's smelling lighter than the previous one in terms of the barrel aromas. If you happen to serve this heavy-bodied red wine, something that might bother them would be the tannins.
Tannin being the dryness of the wine.
Yes. And this is where you can take help of cheese. So I'll suggest the right way to do this is you chew the cheese, don't gulp it down, take a sip of the wine, mix it together and then have it. You'll notice the tannins becomes more softer, your wine becomes more rounder, and the intensity of the tannins will drop.
The 2 wines that I really liked was the Syrah and the Zinfandel, both being reds. I actually would pick both to take back home as my go-to wines.
On a sweeter note, to conclude this tasting, I've selected this late harvest for you.
Okay.
Half of the sweetness converts into the alcohol and the remaining residual sugar will make your wine taste sweet.
Oh, is that right?
So you have it as chilled as beer, and you'll love a dessert wine. What do you think? Too sweet for you?
I have done wine tasting before, but today I'm happy that I went from sparkling to dessert all at one go. So it was nice to kind of go back and forth to see what the real difference is. Cheers, man. Cheers. Thank you for a lovely wine tasting. This was actually a whole lot of fun. It got me a little slightly sozzled, but that's always welcome on an afternoon at Sula. I learned one thing very interesting about wine, that the best wine is the wine that you like. It doesn't matter what the price is, it doesn't matter where it's from, what the estate, what the country, how old it is. If you like the flavor, that's the best kind of wine.
And I wonder again, what is in a glass of wine? A little spirit, some joy, some moments of silence, or a burst of laughter. Endless stories for the night. Or is it a tonic of sheer delight. So my second luxury pin code in Nasik is Viveda. While gliding comfortably in my NEXA XL6 with its cruise control feature, I finally reached Viveda. Why Viveda? I don't think you can ever have enough of wellness, enough of ancient history, ancient Ayurveda, and the benefit of homeopathy, which is what you get here. When I walked into this place, it reminded me of the Shaniwar Vada. And when you walk in, you got this beautiful Deepstham that really grounds the entire place because it stands strong in the center. And really, it just puts you in a state of mind and it sets you in a time and an age. When I entered Viveda, I met Tejas, who is the founder of this entire resort. Hi.
Hi, Tejas here. Welcome
Karan.
to Viveda.
Nice to meet you.
Let me show you around.
So, this, while being a wellness resort, looks quite interesting. I like the architecture of the place. It's got a good blend of modern meets like a historical sort of a vibe.
Oh yeah, so we have designed this place with thought of having an ancient luxury place.
Okay.
So this place is designed with the local stone, which is the black basalt. But still we have tried to give a very traditional look, which is a Maharashtrian traditional look, but with luxury and all the modern amenities which is needed for a place like this. Here we have good traditional Indian practices like, Ayurveda, naturopathy, yoga. We have nice detox therapies out here. And the food is obviously sattvic and vegan and curated with the local fusion. So food is also a very important factor. And people come here to lose weight and regenerate. So that's the way we have designed it.
The kind of treatments that they have and how they specialize in diabetes control, which I think is a major problem in our country. So what's the idea for me? Like, what should I look forward to?
So there are multiple experiences you can take here. You can do yoga, you can learn some nice Indian practices of meditation, try some nice interesting food, which is completely natural and organic, do some nice food trail and a fitness trail from, which we have curated by our fitness experts.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Where do we begin?
I'll help you connect with a dietitian and our fitness consultant, and he will surely guide you as per your requirements.
Well, looking forward. Let's do it. All the points in your body pretty much are in your feet. And that's the idea of doing what I was doing when I was going in circles on those pebbles, that it activates all those points in your feet before, you're going into a kind of a workout. So it releases all the fascia in your body. They've got this entire reflexology path, which starts from these really small pebbles and keeps increasing the intensity with the kind of stones that they have. Again, the concept is the same, to kind of activate all the points and different organs in your body, because the points are at the bottom of your feet. Then they further take you into water, where they're actually the pokiest stones, and you walk out. But doing this bare feet is quite painful. After having activated my points, I was all set for some high intense workout. I was quite shocked, quite pleased at the same time to see such yummy looking food. And I was like, hold on, isn't this place supposed to be sattvic? To my pleasant surprise, all that food was healthy and it was sattvic. So there was this really yummy pizza, there was this really nice pasta, there was watermelon, chickpea salad, there was this really yummy juice, there were glass noodles, there was muffins, and it was altogether quite wholesome and very, very yummy. I like how they had this entire contradiction of junk food that actually is not junk. I mean, who does not want to eat a pizza that's going to end up being healthy?
They actually gave me a very interesting massage, which I've never gotten in my life. It's a bamboo massage. So what they do is they put oil on your body and they roll warm bamboos on your entire body and release all the muscle tension, the knots, the fascia, and it's really, really relaxing.
After this really relaxing bamboo massage experience, which was completely new to me, I drove to this private river which was close to the property, where you can take your own kayak and you can go kayaking.
So just doing that in the wilderness with nature all around was very beautiful, and luckily we had a clearer sky today than most of the days.